Where are we standing at all?
You're standing in Monalee, or sometimes known as Ballindaggin Cross.
And you've got a dresser behind you. And can you tell me what do you know about that dresser?
Well, I know that dresser is probably the original dresser in around somewhere between 1880 and 1883. Probably, not certain, but more likely is.
And these houses were built around then?
The houses were built in around the 1880s. My grandfather came here in 1883 and he was 3 years of age.
What was his name?
Dan Doyle as well.
Dan Doyle.
Yeah. My father was Tom Doyle.
And Dan and then moved down here in around
1883, so we're putting it down now as his age now, they say, because we're going by his age.
Yeah.
So he was here and he was 3 years of age, so he was born in 1880 then. So the house was probably built around that time. We weren't the first people in it now. There was another family stayed for 6 months.
And the dresser was always here though?
All lifetime, yeah. No one ever said. My grandfather never heard him saying that guy used it. I know they didn't, sure, because the cost of good. I said they didn't. That was it.
And you were telling me as well, one evening your mother came home, wasn't that right?
Yeah.
And the dresser had been moved in a bit.
We had to do well. We had to go the next day and move. Yeah. I went into was a 2 foot, best part of 2 foot, so, into a what do you call wall, a concrete, not concrete, flag wall. I said they cut the flags out, and I said it was there since, and that was in 1974, which is nearly 50 years. Yeah. And
do you remember the dresser being used then by your mother?
Oh, jeez, I did. Yeah, I remember she was since a child. Yeah. Just about the cooking flour in there and all under that bounce just there. Yeah. Had the flour and all was in there, just got drying. Sure, even look what you see still of it. It's dry, you know, never really. But when they're putting it in now, they left 2 inches between the boards and the wall.
And that's, you mean, those backboards are so dry now because of that? That's
right, they're so dry, yeah. But you see, had they leave them against that, they're probably gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't. And there was no cement or nothing behind it, just a really nice level wall with the flags. And a few flint stones in it.
And who cut it? Your father?
My father and Jim Breslin, neighbour over the road.
Yeah.
Down it, yeah.
I pushed it in.
Oh, I remember when I was here, so when we were going to school at the time. After doing them, she'd come back on, she's at the 4th floor here, staying. I sit to stay in the house with the dust. She'd go around.
And do you remember even, come here now, you're a young lad, do you ever remember the cups and saucers on that dresser? Was there any cups and saucers? No,
we put the cups there in a little press in the room. The mugs and the plates hanging along the same as they are now.
Yeah.
That's it.
And what was kept in the drawers?
Drawers, clothes brushes, polish is there still.
Yeah.
Same things are in the same, but never much in them, look. Brushes, lights. That was half of that drawer. And the Delft was in that. Now the knives, forks and spoons were in that. That was kept for that. And about every 2 or 3 years they put in a bit of carpet or something put in under them, so under the Delft, so they're on top of the board. So it looked good when you'd open it. Oh yeah, I remember all them, yeah.
And you were saying the doors as well, the down here, was there food kept there, tins of food? And
tins of food like that, and flour and all was in that. That's what the flour and all was kept there.
Yeah.
And the cooking contents, you know, the saucepans and all.
Yeah. And I noticed there was wallpaper at the back of the doors, was there?
You said to make it keep it looking good when you'd open it.
Yeah. Will you show them to me, would you? Because it's lovely to see it.
Oh, yes, it's nearly gone down. Look at that, we got paper at the time.
Do you remember that paper on the walls?
Oh, doing it. Oh, sure, it was the same paper went on the wall. Always a bit left to put on that.
Yeah.
No, there was what do you call the stuff? Harder stuff. And I took it off there a few years ago because I thought it was going to damage the
plastic stuff.
So plastic. Yeah, they know the bits of carpets and yokes like that they used to put in on it.
Yeah.
So I took it out them a few years ago and cleaned it out there. So you look at the back wall. Look at even still look. You know it's fairly good, isn't it?
Yeah. God, it's amazing, really. And
it's amazing.
Yeah.
So you're talking about, yeah, sure, you're 150 years, ain't you?
And do you remember, was it always this colour? Or was it different colour?
Oh, no, they used to paint it different times now. Yeah, it was mostly white. Yeah. I done that there last year now, again. So I keep it painted every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. And would it remind you of your own mother and father? Would you be thinking of them when you see it, or would you?
Sure, you get used to it there the whole time. It could have been sold twice. A lot of money offered for one time there.
Do you remember what was on the dresser years ago?
Yeah, sugar bowl where it is now, butter. I didn't know what this else is, butter and no, the tea was in here, and the sugar was in there. The bowl anyway, the sugar bowls, and you know the fruit bowls we call them, they'd be there maybe that side. And there's one mug on one side there with all the little bits of leaves, the bits of bills or what was in the mug, stuck down in a big mug. I had it and then where the hell I went at? I think it could be up in the room cell.
Brilliant.
So yeah, I don't remember, yeah, it's changed very little since.
Yeah.
I don't take sugar anymore, that's why the bowl is empty.
Listen, thanks for telling me that.
Yeah.